A warm welcome to our viewers in Perth to Sportsworld. I hope you can stay with us and enjoy the program. It's time now to turn our attention to racing. There's been a shafting job that's gone on in the world of racing in the past couple of days, but more about that in just a moment. Welcome to Keith Hillier. Morning, Keith.
Thanks, Andy. Welcome too. And it was Dittman Day at the Sydney Cup Day at Randwick yesterday. He won the Cup and he won the Oaks. Mick Dittman had been missing for a couple of weeks and punters welcomed him back yesterday.
Yes, there's been a lot said about him. Do you think he's the best jockey in the world?
Oh, look, I don't know of a better one, Sandy, and punters actually called to him yesterday, don't go to England. One punter said, if you do, we'll come and kidnap you and bring you back.
Well, I guess in a way it was a sad day for our special guest up in Sydney today. He's been the champion jockey up there on 8 occasions. He's ridden some marvellous horses and he's been in the saddle for almost 30 years. Ron Quinton. Good morning, Ron, and welcome to Sportsworld.
Thank you very much, Sandy.
Was it a touch of sadness last night, Ron, when I guess you would have had time to reflect a little bit with family and friends about your career?
Oh, yes, certainly it was probably a day that it's a bit sad having your last ride, but we just had a quiet celebration last night with the family and a few friends, and we bowed out of it pretty peacefully.
Well, one door shuts and another one opens. You go into the world of training this week. Yes,
Sandy, it's a whole new ball game now. Probably harder work again, but I'm looking forward to the new challenge very, very much.
Ron, Sandy said 28 or 29 years of riding 8 premierships, and you won a Cox Plate on Kingston Town, four golden slippers. You know I wouldn't ask you a loaded question, Ron, but collectively, did those 4 golden slippers, were those important as one Cox Plate here in Melbourne?
Well, there's no doubt about the Cox Plate. It is the championship weight for age race in this country. There's no doubt about that. And when I did win it on Kingston Town, it was a great relief because I was only stand-in rider for Malcolm Johnson at the time, and I couldn't afford to get beat on him. So, you know, it was a great thrill and a great relief. But also the slippers, well, they're very special too.
Ron, good to have you on the program, and stay with us because it was a big day of racing yesterday in Sydney, highlighted by the running of the Sydney Cup.
Racing in the Cup. Tiakau Nick on the extreme outside, anticipated the start and bounced right out in front of Sub-Zero, followed by Big Baron Azam. Cautious Cluden settles down about 5th as they go over the first crossing, and then Galilei, Lurastina, Mercator, and Enough Time is now slipping up on the inside as they come to the 700 mark. To the home turn the first time, and Tiakau Nick is left in front, led by about a half length to Big Baron, who's starting to pull a bit second. Running third then is Sub-Zero on the outside of Azam, 2 to Galilei on the inside of Cautious Cluden, 2 to Enough Time on the inside of Mercator, and 2 lengths away last Lurastina, who is the only mare in the race this year. Coming around the turn now to the 400 metres mark on the first occasion, and the Metropolitan winner Tiakau Nick, racing a couple of horses off the fence, is a clear-cut leader over Big Baron, and they are crawling down the home straight the first time. Sub-Zero running third on the outside, Azam is hugging the rail, followed by Cautious Cluden, Galilei, then Mercator and Lurastina, and Enough Time is last, about 8 lengths off the lead as they approach the judge with a lap to go. Tiakau Nick slows them up, leads by a length and a half to Big Baron, winner of last year's Dalgety. Mercator is now being allowed to stride up on the outside and is trying to force the pace a little bit. Tiakau Nick in front, leaving the straight by just about a length on Mercator. Big Baron is third, Sub-Zero's a neck away on the outside, and then Enough Time starting to cruise forward under his lightweight, followed by Azam and Cautious Cluden, and the last couple of Galilei and Lurastina. Out of the home straight past the 2,000 metres mark, Tiakau Nick is headed off by the lightweight Enough Time. Enough Time, who's the most lightly raced horse in the field, goes to the front at the 1,800 mark and led by more than a length. Mercator's taking him on, dies in trouble on Tiakau Nick, who resented being headed. He wants to go hard now. He had the head up in the air for a few strides. Now they've quickened over the crossing at the 1,600. Enough Time is the leader. Mercator keeping in touch, 2.5 away third is Tiakau Nick, and then Sub-Zero, a half length to Big Baron on the fence, a length and a half Cautious Cluden, a half length away on the inside Azam, followed by Galilei and Lurastina last at the 1,400 mark. Now the pace is genuine. Enough Time as the leader, a length on Mercator, about 5 away Tiakau Nick, followed by Big Baron and Sub-Zero, a length and a half to Cautious Cluden on the outside of Azam, and the last couple in the race are Lurastina and Galilei as they race up to the top turn. They've got about 900 to go. Enough Time's a neck in front of Mercator, 2 lengths away Tiakau Nick, a neck to Big Baron on the fence, followed by Sub-Zero. They're starting to pack up tightly as they come to the crossing at the 800 mark. Then Azam, followed by Cautious Cluden and Lurastina, and dropping out last Galilei. Over the crossing at the 800 mark, Mercator drew to the lead from Enough Time, and Tiakau Nick, followed by Big Baron. Sub-Zero's only 4 lengths off the lead as they approach the corner. Azama's next, and then Cautious Cluden, followed by Lurastina Under Pressure, and Galilei last of the 9 as they near the turn. 500 left to go. Mercator about a neck in front of Tiakau Nick, 2 lengths away. Big Baron. Sub-Zero's under heavy pressure as they come to the turn, followed by Cautious Cluden. Heads a turn for home. Mercator just led Tiakau Nick on the outside. Sub-Zero is coming after them. Cautious Cluden on the outside looking at danger, and then Big Baron followed by Azam. Tiakau Nick is clear, 200 to go. He got away from them. Azam coming right down the outside, looks the danger. Azam is coming after Tiakau Nick. Tiakau Nick still in front. Azam's got him now. Azam goes to the lead, and Mighty Mick. Azam is coming away in the last bit and wins the cup brilliantly. Wanted to hang in near the post, but Azam beat Tiakau Nick. Sub-Zero third.
Yes, Mighty Mick indeed. A fabulous ride to get Azam first past the post and take out the Sydney Cup. In fact, straight after that race, Tim Wharton, who was at the track, spoke to Mick and asked him what was so special about the horse that he was on.
Well, when he won the Manion Cup at Rose Hill, a mile and a half, he was, to me, he was very impressive. He really went to the line like a horse that was looking for 2,000 metres. You know, I knew he was in the Cup with a reasonable weight. And those English horses, like most of them, if they come right, around that time, not long before the Cup, they put in a good performance like that, they usually, you're pretty fair chance they're going to run pretty well, you know. Mm-hmm. And I was very keen on the way he went to the line that day, so I chased it up.
Worried at all about Sub-Zero?
Well, you're always worried with those horses, like he's a Melbourne Cup winner, but he had his share of weight. My horse travelled beautiful in the race. The only anxious moments was coming towards the home turn. I had to let my posse go because I didn't want to be pushing for runs on him. He's an English stallion, and they like room, so I probably let a length and a half go coming to the home turn to pull him out to the outside. But once he was out in the clear, he really got his gait going.
That was the first big win for Dittman. The second came in the Oaks. It was on a filly named Mahaya. She had finished second, 2 slight chance in the VRC Oaks. They reversed that Cornella order. Ron Quinton, you rode Mahaya as a younger horse, and you won 2 AJC Oaks for Neville Begg, the dad of yesterday's winning trainer Graham.
That's correct, Keith. Mahaya is a quality staying filly, and I think in the spring she could be a cups mare, no doubt about it. You know, I had a little association with her early on, and I always thought she had a lot of quality, and she's very, very well bred. And I think come the spring you'll find that she'll be there in the cup races. OK, Ron has described Mahaya as a quality staying filly. Let's see those attributes now.
It's Mingling Glances, a neck on World Mission. 2 lengths away then is Mahaya on the inside of Burst. Lady Agnes about 4 off the lead, although she is 3 deep as they come to the turn, followed by Tempest Command, Benedictine, Miltac. Slight Chances second last, about 7 or 8 lengths off the lead, and tailed off is Filament coming around the turn. Mingling Glances just the leader as they turn over World Mission. 3 deep is Burst, going up 4 deep. Lady Agnes, Mahaya waiting for the cutaway. A gap then to Tempest Command, and Slight Chances spotting them a fair start as they come over the rise. Mingling Glances on the inside, still in front of Mahaya. Lady Agnes trying to get to them, followed by Slight Chance, who's starting to wind up now. But Mahaya, this spectacular-looking filly, is race clear 100 out over Mingling Glances. Lady Agnes and Slight Chance getting home doggedly. Mahaya's running off the track near the post. She's wayward, but she's good. And Graham Begg wins the Oaks with Mahaya. Slight Chance will be second, Lady Agnes third.
Yes, Graham Begg did win the Oaks, and I'm sure that there'll be more of those classics for him. Rough Habit, Ron Quinton, he must be one of Australasia's most durable racehorses. Yesterday was his 23rd win, and he went past the $3 million mark.
Well, that speaks for itself, Keith. He's gone over the $3 million mark, and he is a great racehorse, a great competitor, and he just narrowly beat another great horse in Naturalism.
Indeed, that's a good quote too. He is a great horse. Maybe he's a little tired. Lee Friedman thinks that way, and he's going to spell Naturalism. But you watch Naturalism fight back when Rough Habit looked to set for an easy win.
Dittman starting to move forward now on Naturalism as they go over the crossing at the 800 mark. Kinjate, the leader. Acquidity is second. Mighty Tango is running third. A half length away, Big Dreams on the outside. A length and a half to My Eagle Eye, followed by Prince Salieri. And then Kingston Bay on the inside of Naturalism, followed by Rough Habit, Cheval Cavalier. And Mannerism on the outside is ahead away last as they come to the turn. They're packed up very tightly on the corner. Kinjate led. In fact, he got away from Acquidity as they straighten up. Big Dreams on the outside. Then Mighty Tango, followed followed by My Eagle Eye, Prince Salieri, and his Detman taking Naturalism to the extreme outside, and he's starting to sprint as they top the rise, and going with him is Rough Habit. Kinjate still in front at the 200 mark and is going strongly, clear of My Eagle Eye, Naturalism and Rough Habit coming right down the outside. Kinjate still in front, now Rough Habit's got him. Rough Habit on the extreme outside has reached the lead from Naturalism and My Eagle Eye, and Rough Habit wins the All Age. Rough Habit beat Naturalism. Third's hard to line up. Mannerism on the extreme outside in a photo with My Eagle Eye and Kinjate.
Two great horses there. Ron, Rough Habit's off to Brisbane. He's going to try and do what he has done for the past 2 years, win the Doomben Cup and the Stradbroke, win the double. It's going to be tougher this year because the races are in reverse. The Doomben Cup, 2,020 metres, then 2 weeks later, back to 1,400 metres in the Stradbroke.
Yes, Keith, it will be probably harder for him, but he's such a great horse, and he'll probably get the conditions to suit him up there. He loves the wet ground, but he's a great competitor, so you could never rule him out of anything, really.
Innocent King won the AJC Derby last week. He was an odds-on favourite in the Packer Plate at Randwick yesterday. He was coming back in distance, and that might have brought about his downfall.
700 out now, Play or Pay, the leader over Piper's Chair. Shrewd Operator going up 3 deep, and then Parramatta Road, Rather Regal. Innocent King is 6th as they near the turn, still about 5 off the lead. Air Seattle is Deuce Rather strung up behind those with nowhere to go, and then He's Classic, followed by Palace Symphony, and Martha's Way is off the track, and Air Seattle's in front of only a couple. Coming over the rise, Play or Pay going strongly. Innocent King on the outside, running into second places, coming after him now. Deuce on the fence, starting to run on well. Play or Pay still in front. Innocent King is flat to the boards, can't get him at the moment. Play or Pay's a length in front. Cassidy throwing everything at Innocent King. Inch by inch, the Derby winner is pegging back the leader, but the post will be too close, and Play or Pay wins the Packer Plate. Pay or Play beat Innocent King. Palace Symphony has run third.
Ron, you'd have to admire the front riding skills then of Kevin Moses, a trait he probably learnt in Ireland where you rode for a period.
Well, Kevin Moses has become, you know, one of the best distance riders we've got here in this country, because he just does it time after time, and he gets horses to relax beautifully, and that's the name of the game. And it was probably not so much that Innocent King was disappointing, it was just more probably Moses' great ride on the day. And it harks back to the Sydney Cup. The winner was one of Dipman's best rides in a long race. He had the horse relaxed beautifully back in about 6th place on the fence, and that was the difference between winning or losing, because Tiaco Nick was always racing that little bit too keen, and at the end of the day, that's what won the grey horse the race.
Ron, let's now turn our attention to your future. You're going into training. What about your horse situation? Have you got something set up there this week?
Yes, I'm bringing 5 horses in on Wednesday, and all the hard work will begin, Sandy.
Well, we wish you all the very best. You've been great for the sport over a number of years as a jockey, and I'm sure you'll do it proud as a trainer.
Yes, I'll be approaching this with the same dedication, determination and integrity that I had as a rider, and I've got a lot of good people behind me. I've got good staff coming up, and I'm sure it'll go well in time.
Good on you, Ron. Thank you for joining us today, and all the very best.
There were big claims from a guy who's tossed Max out of his chair today.
On a serious note, what has happened to Max?
Max has gone to Rome, Sandy.
He's gone to Rome?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I asked Max that, and he said, I'm going there because she who has to be obeyed wants to go there.
So you stepped in. Ron, once again, thank you for joining us. Good luck in the years ahead. We certainly wish you well as a trainer. Speaking of those who can run fast, Keith, as we have been, we're going to take a break and turn our attention to the stall gift.